importance of online scheduling is greater than ever. People are turning phone averse more than ever. And ScheduleBot, as I understand it, it has voice, it has text, it has a platform, a chat bot on the website itself. It also integrates into LSA. It also integrates into Service Titan and House Call Pro. So it is like a tentacled octopus to enable the plumber to reach customers wherever they are. And tell us, do you want to give us a demo, a little tour about what it is and how it works? And why does it do better than its larger, well-known peer in terms of conversion rate? Tell us.
That sounds good. And so, I always kind of joke with people, no desktop PowerPoints, no PowerPoints. But I do have a screen that if you're cool with it, I'll share and just kind of walk you through a few of the reports. Okay, so you should see a website from a company called Baker Brothers Plumbing. It's really kind of hard to tell the ScheduleBot story without at least mentioning Baker Brothers. As I was kind of saying earlier, they just weren't happening with their online scheduling. And what I mean by that specifically is here, there's this Schedule Now button, okay? So I clicked this and now it opened up the ScheduleBot AI-based form. Previously, it went to another kind of third-party system, which will go nameless, at least for this meeting, right? Where they were converting at 25 or 30%. So, okay, so drum roll. So yes, there's a lot to ScheduleBot and there's a lot to talk about, a lot of details. But at the end of the day, it's about this next report. So remember, they were scheduling, at 27%, 25% every month. This is Baker Brothers report using ScheduleBot for just this past June. You can see they booked 1,867 online jobs during this time frame, which is honestly up 1,000 jobs from what they were getting previously. They were booking at 27%. Here you see our lead to job ratio for them last month was 72%. So we're adding 45 points, 45 percentage points to their conversion rate. And it's kind of hard to overstate how important that is. It also, it basically has an exponential effect on your business. So instead of losing 3 out of 4, they're now booking 3 out of 4 people that try to book online. And so that's why people love ScheduleBot. Now, that said, not everybody is a Baker Brothers, okay? Not everybody's running 2,000 jobs just booked online a single month. One of my favorite clients is a company called Cannon Electric. I've known these guys for years. Jim Cannon, who owns Cannon Electric, is a great person, a great contact. When I first started talking to him about ScheduleBot, they were booking 3 or 4 jobs a month. They had an online form, like I'm sure you've seen before, a contact form, basically. They didn't really know their conversion rate, but just through my experience, I've worked with these for a long time. They were probably converting 20, 25% of those forms submitted into jobs. Like I said before, he was getting 3 or 4. Well, here you can see this month, he got 34 jobs booked using ScheduleBot. So up 30 jobs. He loves that. That 30 jobs that Cannon Electric's getting, and in addition, it's just as important to them as the extra 1,000 jobs we're getting Baker Brothers, okay? Now, in all fairness, it's not all coming through online booking. Cannon Electric also, they were missing calls, okay? So in my former life, when I was a marketer, I might be running, a PPC campaign for someone. They might be spending $50,000, $100,000 a month on that paid search campaign. They would call me up and go, "Hey, Jeff, man, I don't know what's going on. We're not getting the jobs. We're spending all this money. What's happening?" So I would kind of be on my heels. And we did a really good job at tracking phone calls back then. And so I would be looking at their phone calls that were coming in, and I noticed, well, you're not answering the phone like 35% of the time, And of course, they're like, no way. We answer the phone on the second ring every single time until they look at the report. Then all of a sudden, they're on their fields, right? Trying to understand what to do next. Well, ScheduleBot is filling that hole, if you will, for Cannon Electric. So these are 12 booked jobs that would have gone unanswered, would have gone to voicemail or just rang and someone hang up. So that's 12 booked jobs that Cannon Electric was able to book. 22 were booked through the online form at, again, a 73% conversion rate. We love that. Now, remember, that's up from 3 or 4. And so That's why people love ScheduleBot. So yes, there are a lot of features and functions I want to kind of briefly touch on with you, but it comes down to capturing more jobs, dropping them on your dispatch board. That's what ScheduleBot comes down to.